Welcome to my views and news morning update for you on the situation in Sudan. Today is the 25th of April. Firstly, another ceasefire, 72-hour ceasefire after efforts from two countries. This is going to be the most important ceasefire for permanent cessation of hostilities, I think. Secondly, Egyptian Foreign Ministry a few hours ago confirmed the death of one of its diplomatic staff member in Sudan, not the one which was mentioned by Sudanese military in a statement last night. And thirdly, was Darfur, Western Darfur, Al Janina, where clashes erupted yesterday between RSF and Sudanese armed forces in the western part of the city. The situation is deteriorating in Al Janina. We have an update for you. Clashes are not just between RSF and SAF. It is turning into a tribal conflict there once again. Firstly, viewers, another truce. 72-hour long truce announced or ceasefire announced in Sudan. It came into force at midnight a few hours ago. Monday midnight, it came into force. It will remain enforced for 72 hours if it is respected. US State Department issued a statement confirming US efforts. US and Saudi Arabia, two countries, played a key role in this another ceasefire for 72 hours. I think this is fourth ceasefire in this war so far. We saw 3-hour-long ceasefires, then a 24-hour-long ceasefire, then 72-hour-long ceasefire, and now this one, 72-hour-long, 3-day-long ceasefire. All previous ceasefires were not respected by the parties to the conflict. We saw airstrikes, clashes during the ceasefires. Only ceasefire which was actually implemented was in the area from where foreign diplomats were being evacuated. So mainly the ceasefires since the start of this war served the purpose of evacuation of foreign nationals and diplomats from Khartoum. That is what has been the case so far. RSF, Sudanese armed forces, they are trying to reassure the international community that they are protecting foreign diplomats. RSF has shared videos showing them evacuating some foreign diplomats. So ceasefires are not basically ceasefires for humanitarian operations because we have not seen any humanitarian operations for evacuation of people from Khartoum. People are leaving Khartoum, Darman, Bari on their own. No arrangements made by Sudanese government. Where is Sudanese government? Nowhere to be seen in Khartoum, Bari, Darman. Let's see what happens. This ceasefire is very crucial, viewers, because during the next 72 hours, a broad panel is going to be announced reportedly. US is playing a lead role here. It is contacting regional, international players. Of course, it is in touch with Burhan and Hamati. And US is trying to form a committee comprising regional and international players to convince Al Burhan and Hamati to come to the table for talks. Let's see, is US going to be able to form a committee? Who will be at this committee? Who will lead this committee? UN is still in Sudan, viewers, though countries are evacuating their diplomats, but UN has refused to leave Sudan. It is still operating in Sudan. It wants to be part of solution. And credit must be given to Egypt. Egypt is not evacuating its diplomats. Egyptian government said that before evacuation of diplomats, Egypt would evacuate its foreign nationals. Nationals are being evacuated and then diplomats will be evacuated. But other countries evacuated their diplomats. Their foreign nationals are still suffering in Sudan. Let's see how this new ceasefire holds. Will it hold or not? We'll see in coming hours. Secondly, viewers, the death of an Egyptian diplomat has been confirmed in Khartoum. Last night, Sudanese army issued a statement claiming that assistant of Egyptian military attaché had been shot dead on a street in Khartoum. The military claimed that the person shot dead was Muhammad al-Hussein Muhammad al-Rawi. Rapid support forces quickly rejected this claim made by Sudanese armed forces. Then came a statement from Egyptian ambassador to Sudan, who said that Muhammad al-Hussein, Muhammad al-Rawi was safe and sound. And after that, we saw another statement from Egyptian Foreign Ministry, which confirmed the death of another diplomat, whose name is Muhammad al-Gharawi. Muhammad al-Gharawi is Assistant Administrative Attaché working at Egyptian Embassy in Khartoum. He was shot dead. Rapid support forces in a statement offered condolences to Egyptian government, saying it would investigate the death of Egyptian diplomat. So death has been confirmed of one Egyptian diplomat. Sudanese military is accusing RSF that RSF fighters opened fire at a vehicle in a street in Khartoum, and the assistant administrative attaché was in the car. Thirdly, viewers, West Darfur, Al Janina, where now it is not just rapid support force versus a Sudanese military. No, it is turning into tribal war there. Yesterday we reported that clashes erupted in western part of Al Janina. Al Janina is very close to the border, Chad, Sudan border. It is on border rather. And clashes were in Al Janina city yesterday. Why? Because reportedly some Sudanese armed force members entered the city. RSF, they were not there to launch an attack. RSF fighters thought that they were being attacked by Sudanese armed forces. That led to start of confrontation, and we saw start of fighting between RSF and Sudanese armed forces. But after that, several incidents happened showing that locals are armed now. Some armed gangs are operating, which attacked Sudanese intelligence agencies headquarters in Al Janina. They captured weapons from there. And now in different areas of Al Janina city, fighting is ongoing. And the nature of this fighting is tribal. Darfur, different zones of Darfur saw deadly tribal fighting, especially when Umar al-Bashir was in power, and that led to the birth of rapid support forces formed by Sudanese former ruler Umar al-Bashir to crush non-Arab resistance in Darfur. Things are escalating once again. Ethnic tensions are rising in Darfur, in Al Janina especially. If this conflict goes on, we could see resumption of ethnic violence in Darfur. Relative calm in Khartoum these minutes, as ceasefire is in place. No large-scale clashes ongoing in any part of Umedurman, Bari, Khartoum. No airstrikes so far this morning. Al-Fashir peaceful, Niyala peaceful, Al-Fashir North Darfur, Niyala South Darfur peaceful, but Al-Janina is not peaceful, volatile situation. They are fighting in different parts of the city. This fighting could spread to other zones of Darfur as well. Thank you for watching.